Hello everyone and welcome to today's class. So today's focus is going to be on strengthening our Pilates Trinity, which refers to the inner thighs, to the back of the hips and to the abdominals. And keeping them connected gives us an amazing column of strength in which to move from. The problem is that due to poor habits, sometimes we lose that connection. So today's class we look at rediscovering this connection, reconnecting and strengthening the Pilates Trinity. Okay, so when you're ready, we are going to start standing today. So before we start, you're going to need, if you have a Pilates block, that's great, get one. If you don't have a Pilates block, you can use a book instead, you can use a cushion, or you can use a towel, okay? So if you don't have a block, just choose one of the other options. So the first exercise, we're gonna start standing and we're gonna place the block in between the knuckles of the big toes, okay? So just press the block in between the knuckles of your big toes. And your heels are going to be very slightly apart, okay? Good. Now we are going to find neutral here. So we are going to press down with the heels into the floor, just grounding yourself, okay? Press the knuckles into the block and feel how the block helps to activate our inner thighs, okay? And soften the knees, so just unlock them. Hips, spine in neutral. Make sure your ribs are stacked right on top of the hips. Shoulders stacked right on top of the ribs and hips. Okay? Arms by your sides, palms facing your body, elbows soft. Lovely. So you can close the eyes for a moment and just feel yourself grounded. Take a few deep breaths. And start breathing laterally on the rib cage. Feeling how your body expands on the inhalation and contracts as you exhale. And you're going to start lengthening your spine all the way up through the crown of the head. You feel tall, shoulders relax. Take a few more deep breaths here. Feel the connection of your feet, block and the inner thighs. And on the next in-breath, we're going to start taking the arms out and up over the head. And then we're going to take them out and down. Okay, so keep squeezing the block in between the toes, feeling the connection with the inner thighs, arms up, and breathe out as you take the arms down. One more time, breathe in. Expanding the ribcage and breathe out as you lower. Okay, we're gonna take the arms out. And we're gonna, on the out breath, we're gonna take the arms to the front, flexing the mid back of the spine. And then we're gonna take the arms out as you breathe in and extend a little bit. But make sure your ribs stay on top of the hips and rounding, flexing the spine and extending the spine. And carry on. Round and flex, mid back and extend. Keeping the ribs flat, right on top of your hips. That's good. And one more time, round. And open and extend. Okay, so now with your right arm, it's gonna come up and you're gonna bend over to your left. And then you're gonna go back to center and we're gonna rotate towards your right. Okay, and back to center. Now you're gonna bend over your right. center, and rotate, twist towards your left. Okay, so carry on bending over your left and twist to your right and bending over your right and twisting on the other direction. Okay, so let's carry on. That's good. Let's do it one more time. Bend over, rotate, keep the connection, keep your inner thighs connected through the feet. And twist and rotate. Okay, voila. So from here, we're gonna place the hands here. You can make a fist here in front of the chest. And we're going to squat, okay? So we're gonna bend the knees and then on the out breath, do lengthen up, okay? So breathe in as you bend your knees and breathe out, press down with the feet, the block and lengthen up. So breathe in and breathe out, okay? So as you squat, keep the spine neutral, okay? Don't tuck the tailbone under. And lengthen the spine, keeping the length of the spine as you go down, breathe in and breathe out. And keep the knees right over your ankles. And feel, breathe in, expand and breathe out. Draw up and in your pelvic floor slightly, okay? Breathe in, relax completely, breathe out, pelvic floor. Feeling the connection from the feet, inner thighs, back of the hips, pelvic floor and abdominals all working together. That's it. Let's do it 2 more times. And 1 more time. Very good. Okay. So you can move the block or cushion or book. And you're gonna place now the heels together and your toes slightly out. Okay. Okay, so this is called also the Pilates stance. So we're gonna keep the heels together and through the feet, connect your inner thighs, okay? And keep again the shoulders, ribs, hips stacked one on top of the other, shoulders away from the ears. So this time, we're keeping the spine straight. We're gonna bend the knees, breathe in and breathe out. Connect down through the feet and to the inner thighs, okay? Breathe in and breathe out. So inner thighs, back of the hips, and abdominals all connect together. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. That's it. Breathe in and breathe out. That's lovely. So you can have your arms down, you can have your hands on your hips, just feel a comfortable position. If you want to add the arms to the exercise, you can take them to the front and then you can take them down. Okay, so breathe in and breathe out, connecting the inner thighs, the back of the hips. Feel the connection as you take them together. Breathe in. That's lovely. Is it 2 more? Very good. Okay, now we're gonna do releve. So we're gonna roll up on the balls of the feet and then we're gonna go down. So we're gonna try to keep the heels together as we do that, okay? So you can imagine you have a note of 20 in between your heels, okay? You don't want to lose it. So really connecting your inner thighs, the back of the hips, the pelvic floor abdominals as you roll up on the balls of the feet. And you can use the exhalation to lift inhale to release. That's it. Let's do it a few more times. Really feeling the connection. Good. Last one. And release down. Okay. Lovely. Well done. Let's keep the heels in that position, and we're going to do a roll down now from here, okay, with the Pilates stance. So take a deep breath in, okay, and on the out breath, take the chin towards the chest. And you're going to start going down towards the floor. Okay, feeling the connection through the feet to the inner thighs, rolling down only as far down as is comfortable for you. Take a deep breath in there. On the breath out, roll up through the spine. Pressing down with the feet on the mat and roll up to standing. Okay, shoulders down. Breathe in, breathe out. Chin towards the chest and start to roll down towards the floor. Feel the heaviness of your head, your arms, neck, shoulders hanging down. Breathe in and breathe out. Press down with the feet and roll up through the spine. And make sure your weight is evenly distributed on your feet. Start to go down. Good. And breathe out as you roll up. And try to move sequentially, bone by bone. And we're going to do one more time. Lengthen up, tall, breathe in. As you breathe out, chin to the chest and roll down to the floor. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. As you roll up to a standing vertebra by vertebra. Okay, that's lovely. Well done. Good. So now we're gonna come to the front of to the back of the mat. We're going to roll down and get in an all fours position. So when you're ready, on the out breath, we're gonna start rolling down. Okay. With control. And when you go down, you're gonna bend the knees, touch the mat, and walk your hands till you find your all fours position. And we're gonna do just a cat cow stretch here. Okay. So wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. On the out breath, tuck the tailbone under and round your spine, looking down towards your belly. Breathe in, drop the belly down, arch them back, arch the back and look. So breathe out, rounding the spine. As you round the spine, draw up your pelvic floor and breathe in, fully relax the pelvic floor and drop the belly down. Breathe out, draw up your pelvic floor, round the spine, breathe in as you relax. Arch in the spine. Good. Carry on a few more times. Just moving with control, mindful, feeling any sensation on your body. Go back to neutral and sit on your heels and stretch your spine. So see if you can rest the heads down on the mat. If that's not possible, you can always use your block or your cushion to rest the head on top. Okay? You can reach away through the fingers. And stretch on the shoulders, your back. Okay, and then roll up through the spine. Good. So we're gonna shift the weight to one side as you turn your legs around, and we're gonna lie down on our mat. Yeah? So just going down, lying down. We're gonna place the block in between the legs and knees. Okay. Make sure your spine is in a neutral position. Shoulders away from the ears, or back of the neck long. Good. Arms by the sides, feet flat on the floor and parallel. Okay? So on the out breath, we're gonna squeeze the block and breathe in as you release. Okay? So breathe out, squeeze the block, and breathe into release. And again, breathe out, squeeze, breathe in, release. And make sure your upper body is completely relaxed. Shoulders are back and down, your neck relaxed. Keep the natural curves of your neck. That's good. And squeeze, release, and one more time, squeeze and release. Okay, right. So this time we're gonna extend the legs. We're gonna keep the block in between the legs. Okay, we're gonna take the arms up and over, reaching long, pointing the toes. And as you breathe out, you're gonna flex the feet and circle the arms round. Okay, squeezing the block. Breathe in as you reach long, breathe out as you flex and circle the arms round. Okay, breathe in, reach long, breathe out, flex and circle round. Okay, lovely. So keeping the feet flexed, gently squeeze the block in between the legs and lift the head off the floor and curl up. Okay, so you can always rest the head on top of a block or a ball, or you can have your hands resting the heads on. Okay. Otherwise, here we're gonna go ahead with the 100. Inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. Okay. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. Reaching strongly with the arms. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're gonna do 10 times that. Keep your feet flexed and aligned in alignment, parallel, and try to keep the legs touching the mat. That's good. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently squeezing the block throughout the exercise. Up to 10 times. Okay, when you want to rest, or when you've done 10 times, just rest the head down. Okay, take the arms up and over, point the toes and reach long. That's good. And then take your arms back. Good. You can remove the block. And we're gonna roll to one side. Use your hands to push yourself up. And we're gonna prepare for our roll up. Okay. So we're gonna do it from here, from our sitting position. So you can have, one option is to keep the legs straight, okay, with the feet flexed, okay, and the block in between the legs, here or here, what is more comfortable for you, okay? If that's too much for you, you want to keep your legs slightly bent, just bend them slightly, keep your feet flexed, okay? So arms in front of the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. On the out breath, we're gonna gently squeeze the block in between the legs, tilt the pelvis, scooping the belly in, and we're gonna go down towards the mat. Only as far down as is comfortable for you. Some of you, maybe just halfway down, breathe in and breathe out as you lengthen back up, okay? So breathe in and breathe out. You have your legs straight, keep them straight, see how far down you can go. Some of you might be able to go all the way down, taking the arms over the head, Breathe in, arms up, and breathe out. Gently twist and roll up. Pressing away through the hips, okay? And you can do forward bend. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently squeeze the block. Connect inner thighs, back of the hips, abdominals, roll sequentially down to the mat. Breathe in, arms up to ceiling. Breathe out as you roll up and forward. Okay, so carry on at your own pace. If you cannot go all the way down here, it's fine, just a little bit. Always listen to your body. How far you can go comfortably. Always adapt the exercises as needed. That's it. Pressing away through the heels as you roll up. Okay, we're gonna do it 2 more times. Very good. And we're gonna do it 1 more time. Okay, well done. And then release. Good. So everyone is gonna lie down into the mat now. Go all the way down. We're gonna place the block again in between the knees, feet below the knees, parallel. Okay. Arms by the sides and palms down. We're gonna do our shoulder breaths. So when you're ready, on the out breath, you're gonna squeeze the block, tilt the pelvis, and peel vertebra by vertebra on the floor. Press down with the hips, with the arms. Breathe in when you go to the top of the tip of the shoulder blades, and breathe out as you replace your vertebrae back. So breathe in, breathe out. Squeeze and roll up. Ribs down, breathe in, and breathe out as you release vertebra by vertebra on the floor. And again, pressing with the feet and the arms, equal pressure. And release down, bone by bone. And we're gonna go all the way up to the top of the bridge. And hold the position there. And feel how the block helps to have the inner thighs like rolling inwards rather than outwards, okay? Rolling in, squeezing the block. Back of the hips working, ribs down. Okay, from here on the out breath, we're gonna extend one leg out. Try to keep the knees the same height. Release, breathe in, and breathe out, squeeze, and extend the other leg, okay? Breathe in slow. If you feel that this is too much for you, you can try to do heels up instead, okay? And we want to try to keep the height of the pelvis throughout the exercise. The hip bones, notice what happened to them, they should be level. Equal pressure on your arms and feet. That's good. Just do one more time on each leg. Well done. From here, take a deep breath in, and on the breath out, replace your vertebrae on the mat. Okay, that's great. Close the block for a moment. Have your right knee on the chest and stretch out your left leg. Stretch there. And you can maybe circle your ankle as you stretch. Circle in one direction and reverse the way. And switch legs. Just stretch in. And you can circle the ankle here. Good, and reverse. Okay, lovely. Take the other knee into the chest, okay? We're gonna roll up to sit. So we're gonna prepare here for a roll back. So you're gonna place the block again in between the knees, okay? And so we're gonna do, for those who can't roll on the back, again, it's difficult to roll on the back, you're gonna try to tilt the pelvis, okay? And then lengthen up. As you tilt the pelvis, squeeze the block, and then lengthen back up, okay? So you can keep your feet down, maybe just the toes on the floor, and tilt and lengthen back up, okay? You may try to leave your heels slightly off the floor, and then lengthen up, okay? So those are modifications. Okay, for those who can't roll on the back, squeeze the block gently throughout the exercise. Breathe in, tilt the pelvis, roll on the back, and breathe out as you roll back up, okay? So tilt and roll back, and roll back up. Tilt and roll back up. Elbows wide, shoulders down. Tilt, roll on the back. That's it. Breathe in on the way down, and breathe out on the way up. Give a squeeze in the block. One more time. Very good. Okay, well done. Close the block. We're gonna lie on one side now. So our head is gonna be resting on the arm, okay? And we're gonna place the block in between the legs again. Okay, so move your legs very slightly forward so you can see your toes if you look down. Okay, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders one on top of the other, okay? And find like a small gap underneath your waist here, okay? So you keep the waistline nice and active throughout the exercise. You're gonna have your hand in front of the chest. Take a deep breath in, and on the breath out, we're gonna lift both legs up at the same time, and then we'll release them, okay? So just up and down. For those who want more challenge, you can try to keep the hands on the sides, okay? You can try to keep your arm up as you go up and down. And push the top hip away so your legs are at the same length. That's good. That's up and down. We're going to do about 10 times up and down. Squeezing the block, connecting your inner thighs, back of the hips, abdominals, your Trinity, nice and active. That's good. And when you've done about 10 times, let's take a little break. And bend the knees, cover up the hips, movement. Okay, good. And then we're gonna lie on our fronts. And we're gonna place the block this time in between the feet, okay? So, our hands, we're gonna look towards one side, okay? So you can look at me at the moment. You can take hold of one of your wrists and drop the elbows down towards the floor, okay? So we're gonna do a double leg kick. So you're gonna start with the legs straight, and then you're gonna kick twice, kick, kick, and then on the in-breath, you're gonna extend your body, lengthening the front of the body, okay? And then you look to the other side, kick, kick on the out-breath, in-breath as you lengthen. Breathe out, kick to the other, look to the other side, kick, kick, and lengthen. And look to the other side, kick, kick, and lengthen. Okay, now you're gonna switch wrists, take hold of the other wrist, kick, kick, breathe in as you lengthen, okay? And feel how the block helps you to keep the inner thighs active. kick, kick, lengthen, look to the other side, kick, kick, and lengthen. Okay, very good, and release. Make a pillow with your hands, rest your feet down, rest for a moment. Good, and now we're gonna go to the other side. We're gonna place the block in between the thighs, the knees. Again, find position, body nice and long. Check that you can see your toes, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, one on top of the other, back of the neck in alignment with the spine. Okay, so when you're ready, on the out breath, you're gonna lift both legs up and lower. Breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you lower. And pushing away through the top hip. You're gonna do about 10, and you can play with the arms. Keep them on the sides, or fingers pointing the ceiling. Just make sure you keep the balance, keep the spine neutral. That's very good. When you've done about 10 times, you're gonna bend the legs, cover up your hips. The break. Okay. Remove the block. We're gonna lie on our front, and we're gonna place the block or the cushion in between your thighs here, up here, okay, between the thighs. And have a look. Our big toes are gonna be together, and our heels are gonna be out to the sides, okay? So this is called a big squeeze. You can have a look. You're gonna rest the forehead on the hands, okay? Shoulders relax. Then you take a deep breath in. On the breath out, you're gonna start squeezing the back of the hips, the inner thighs, and you're gonna try to get your heels together, okay? And holding the squeeze there, breathe in, and then release, and heels go out to the sides again, okay? So I repeat it. On the out breath, you squeeze the block, heels together, breathe in as you release. Okay, so carry on your own pace. When you're ready, shoulders nice and relaxed throughout the exercise. And release. On the out breath, you initiate the movement from the center, the core, back of your hips, inner thighs, heels together, and then you release and out again. And if any of you want a bit more of challenge, as you get your hips together, you're gonna try to lift your legs up and then release. And then release. Notice your upper body, your shoulders. And what you've done about 10 times this way. Have a little break. You can remove the block, well done. And then you're gonna place your hands below the shoulders. So lift the head up, breathe in, breathe out, push yourself up, sit on your heels, you stretch your spine. Okay, that's good. And on the out breath, roll up through the spine. Okay, so we're going to lie down on our back again. You're gonna place block in between the legs. We're gonna prepare for a double leg stretch, okay? So finding the position here, shoulders down. Okay, we're gonna take the knees in towards the chest. Okay, and see if you can leave your head off the floor. You can have, no, just leave your head off the floor here, but you can have a block resting the head on top. Come, squeezing gently the block, reaching away through the fingers. On the breathe in, we're gonna extend your arms and your legs. Breathe out, circle the arms, knees back to the chest. Okay, breathe in as you extend, and breathe out, circle, knees in. Breathe in, and breathe out. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. In. That's good. Let's do 3 more times. Press the head down if you need to. And then release. Okay, knees on the chest. Taking a little break. Okay, and from here, we're gonna keep the knees over the hips, arms by the sides, okay? In alignment with the shoulders. So from here, on the in breath, we're gonna start taking the legs towards one side, head to the other side, and on the out breath, squeeze the block as you take the legs back to front. So breathe in, legs to the left, head to the right, and breathe out, squeeze, and back to front. Okay, so breathe in as you roll to one side, breathe out, squeeze, connect, and back to front. Good. Trying to keep your shoulders down, contact with the floor, and carry on. That's it, that's lovely. And make it your last one. And squeeze and back to that. Okay, take the knees into the chest, take a little break. You can just rock from side to side. Massaging your lower back. Okay, for the next exercise, I'm going to give you a few options. Okay, so you have any lower back issue, you want to take it easy, you're going to keep your feet, your heels down toward your bottom here. Okay, and you can keep your head resting down on the mat, and then on the inhale, you're going to go down to the floor, touch the floor with your toes, and breathe out, squeeze, and take them back to the starting position. Okay, so breathe in as you lower, touching the floor with the toes, and breathe out as you lift. If you want to work a bit harder, you're gonna start with the knees right over the hips, okay? And then you're gonna lower, breathe in, touch the floor with the toes, and then breathe out, draw up the pelvic floor, and take the knees back up to the starting position, okay? So breathe in as you lower, and breathe out. And if you want to work a bit harder, so you can clasp the hands behind the head, keep the head resting on the hands as you lower and lift. Okay, so breathe in and breathe out. Squeezing the block between the legs, keeping the connection. That's it, about 10 times. And when you've done about 10 times here, you can release the head down, hug the knees on the chest again, rock from side to side. Okay, so for this exercise, I'm gonna give you options as well. So you have lower back issues, so you just want to take it easy today. You're gonna keep your knees slightly in again, okay? Your heels down towards the bottom. You're going to breathe in, take the legs to one side, and breathe out as you circle your legs, okay? And then you reverse, breathe in, and breathe out as you circle, keeping the connection in your thighs connected, okay? If you want to work it slightly harder, you're gonna take your knees up in front, right on top of the hips, and then you're gonna go to the sides. So one side, breathe in, breathe out as you circle, okay? Breathe in and breathe out as you circle. And make sure your ribs are quiet as much as possible, okay? So stay strong on your rib cage. Breathe in and breathe out to go to the sides, okay? So carry on. Strong on the ribs. Shoulders relax. Notice what happened to your upper body. Try to really connect the inner thighs, pelvic floor, and the abdominals so they do the work. Make it your last one. That's it, that's lovely. Have your knees on the chest, rock. Okay, that's good. And remove the block, hug the knees, hands behind the thighs, roll up to sitting, okay? And we're gonna prepare here for a spine twist. So you can place the block in between your feet, okay? Flexing the feet and squeezing the block. And again, feel the connection, how the block helps you to connect with the inner thighs, okay? Keep the spine nice and tall, your shoulders away from the ears, and extend the arms by your sides, okay? So to take a deep breath in as you twist, so we're gonna breathe in as you rotate and extend, and breathe out as you center, squeezing the block, okay? Breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in as you twist and extend, and breathe out as you center, okay? And feel how the block helps you to keep the legs aligned and at the same level. Pressing down through the sitting bones, lengthening your spine up. That's it, that's lovely. We're gonna do one more time on each side. Twist and extend, breathe in, breathe out to center. And breathe out to center. Okay, take the arms up, breathe in, and breathe out, forward bend. So just place the hands where it's comfortable for you, okay? If you need to bend the legs slightly, just do so and feel the stretch on the lower back, okay? And then maybe every time you breathe out, you can try to increase the stretch. And then release. Okay, good. So from here, we're going to place the block again in this position in between the legs. And this time we're gonna extend one leg. Okay, we're gonna try to do a teaser exercise. You can have a look if you need to, okay? So we're gonna extend the arms and the leg, one leg, breathe in. And on the breath out, we're gonna tilt the pelvis. Some of you might go just there, breathe in and breathe out to lengthen. Maybe you release the leg down for a moment, okay? And so if you want to work a bit harder, you can tilt the pelvis. See how far down you can go. Keep squeezing the block. If you can go all the way down, just go all the way down. Then take a deep breath in, arms up to ceiling, and breathe out. Squeeze the block as you roll up. Okay, and you can release the leg. Okay, and then with the other leg, breathe in and breathe out, tilting and going down, only as far down as is comfortable for you. Breathe in, arms to ceiling. Breathe out, squeeze and roll up and release the leg. Okay, so breathe in and breathe out. Only as far down as you can go. Breathe in there, breathe out to roll up and release. Okay, so on your own pace, alternating legs. Good. Maybe one more time on each leg. Always moving with control, mindful. Release. Good. Last one. So try to keep the foot, the leg straight, the foot aligned. Squeeze the block and roll up and then release. Okay, well done. So from here, we are going to come on our old fours position again. And we're going to place the block in between the legs. Okay. So wrist below the shoulders. You can always make a fist if you need to. Okay. You can maybe go down on your forearms if you need to. So knees below the hips. Okay. So on the out breath, we're going to squeeze the block and hover your knees off the floor and then release. Okay. So breathe out, squeeze and hover, and breathe into release. Try to keep your spine straight and lengthen, back of the neck long, and then release. So squeeze and hover, and release. Okay, so carry on. Let's do about 10 times again. Squeeze and hover, and then release. That's lovely. Feel the connection. Good. When you've done about 10 times here, you can release. Right? Then we're going to lie on our front and we're going to have the block in between the ankles. So legs are going to be nice and straight. Okay. Toes pointing, trying to keep your legs together, connected. Okay, hands behind the shoulders, below the shoulders. Okay, so we prepare for our swan dive. From the out breath, we're going to start to take the shoulders back and down and lift the chest up. Focus on opening the front of the body and then breathe into release. So breathe out, squeezing the block, keeping the legs connected, opening the front of the body and breathe into release. Breathe out, shoulders back and down. Connect, open the front of the body, the hips, and release. Breathe out, pressing down the hands, and breathe into release. Good, carry on. Maybe you can go further up, a little bit further up. See how far up you can go comfortably. Keep the legs together, connected. So that's good. 2 more. And 1 more. And then release all the way down. Okay, good. So press with the hands on the floor, breathe in, breathe out, push up. Sit on your heels, okay? And stretch your spine. And see if you can keep your legs together now. And taking the head down towards the knees. You can rest it on top of a block if you need to. Now taking the arms by the side with the palms facing up. And the out breath, roll up through the spine. Okay, so our last exercise is going to be the cell. I'm going to give you options, okay? So this exercise just to open and stretch the inner thighs, the muscles that we've been using. So we're going to rock the arms round, okay? So we place the hands on our ankles, okay? This is going to be the position. So some of you just lifting the heels, toes out, opening the hips here, maybe just taking the hips, the toes up, and then release down, okay? Just connecting to the core muscles and lifting and lower, okay? If you cannot roll on your back, you just can keep doing this. Maybe you can go a little bit farther up, maybe you can move your sole of the feet together, toes up, and then you can release them down, okay? That's another option. Just moving the feet and taking them down, okay? For those who can roll on the back, have a look. We're gonna find the position here. We are gonna make a C curve with the lower back, okay? We want to keep the C curve during the exercise. So we are gonna breathe in, roll on the back, and breathe out to roll back up, okay? So C curve, keep the C curve, breathe in and breathe out. That's it, C curve. Round and roll. That's it, well done, carry on. There's it 2 more times. Rolling on the back, keeping the C curve. Fantastic, and then release. Keeping the sole of the feet together, open your hips, we do a butterfly, stretch, lengthen the spine up, shoulders down. Good, flap your legs. Okay, and then take your head down towards the feet. And then release. Okay, so we're gonna lie on our back now for the relaxation. So you may want to use some cushions here for to rest the legs on the cushions if it's more comfortable for you, okay, or not. Just keep them resting here. So we are gonna keep the sole of the feet together. We're gonna keep the hips open, okay, stretching the inner thighs, hips. And you're gonna place the hands on your abdomen and start focusing on your breathing. Okay, so breathe in for a count of 3. And we're gonna breathe out for a count of 5. So in 2, 3. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 2, 3. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. In 2, 3. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. In 2, 3. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. Carry on. Now see if you can increase the counts. We're going to inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 8. So in 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carry on. And slowly, slowly, we're gonna go back to our normal breathing. If your legs are hurting, you can just extend the legs. Good. And when you're ready, you're gonna take the arms over the head, reaching long, reaching away to your toes and your fingers. Flex the feet and point the toes. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Last one, flex and point. Lovely. And we're gonna roll on one side, resting the head on the arm. Take a few deep breaths here. And use your hands to push yourself up. Fantastic. Well, everyone, thank you for joining the class.